All right, so we're continuing the midsection from the last part. Again, one of the problems we had with this midsection was that the obliques, the love handles, are kind of going across too much. We kind of want them to angle down towards the front. And we have these edge loops going through them, so we don't really have that effect going on. Now we're just creating a belly button. You do that with the chamfer or the chamfer vertex, which just creates edges around a vertex or kind of expands it out. And we can have triangles in this thing. It's not going to matter that much. It's not going to be a big deal. All right, that's good enough for now. So right now we have this edge that's kind of defining sort of the outline of the obliques, or not the obliques, I'm sorry, the abdominals. And we don't want that to be its function. So we're going to move it towards the center of the abdominals. We're going to push it out, and that is now going to be kind of the six-pack, if you will, the muscles running down the center of the abdomen. In women generally, unless you're doing like a kind of a fitness model type of woman, but even like if you're doing comic book character, superhero, whatever, you generally don't put a six-pack on them. It's kind of more of a guy feature. It will make them look a little bit more manly. Don't want to get sexist about it, but that's generally the rule when you're drawing them or creating them. All right, hold down V, and you'll be able to snap to verts. And that little square in the center will turn into a circle. So we've now defined a new edge of the abdominals. So we can really kind of separate out, and we've gotten rid of that triangle that's been kind of around since the beginning. So we smooth it out, we see we have a much more defined midsection. And we have a triangle. Delete that triangle. Create another triangle. Merge verts, and watch what happens when I smooth this. You kind of see that triangle is not the best looking thing. I don't know if you could tell, but if we delete that edge, you see how it changes its shape and becomes a lot more flowy. I don't know. It's good. Five-sided faces can be the solution to your triangle sometimes. And it's okay. We're not going to have a lot of distortion in this area of the body, but we're also going to end up cleaning that up later. As you can see, there's an opportunity to make another edge loop under the side of the body, especially on the side of that rib cage where we kind of got a little bit of a mess going. So we're going to work on the back, the butt, and what we need is a little bit more of a crease down the center of the butt crack. That's a technical term, by the way. You can use that. Feel free to use that. Impress your parents, whatever. But right now we have the gluteus, the butt muscle, the gluteus major, gluteus minor, and then they kind of, if you look at a female butt, they should flatten out kind of above that, go into this like diamond shape, just above the butt, and we're trying to create that kind of flat area, which is actually, that area is kind of still occupied by the what's it called? Sacrospinalis. The long muscles running down the back. You can see that line running down the back. They run from the sacrum, which is your tailbone, all the way up your spine, all the way to your neck. Those two muscles that you can see right there. But as they go down to this kind of butt section, they sort of fade out a little bit, and they become just kind of that diamond shape that you see sometimes. So we're going to try and recreate that. So the butt, the muscles of the butt, they don't go up. The lower butt muscles are the gluteus major, and then there's ones up on the sides of them called gluteus minor. So we're kind of creating that. See that diamond right there? And those two little dimples that you sometimes see? Kind of looks a little better. We still have to resolve this thing because we have a 6-sided poly right there. Just check it out from every angle. All right now I'm not liking that edge right there. And it's creating problems. Might have to get rid of it. Just going to emphasize those muscles a little more and then see how it looks. Okay, looks a little bit robotic, so I'm just going to get rid of that edge because it's causing problems on both ends. Alright, now we just have a 6-sided and a triangle, which should be easy enough to solve. I'm going to try and keep the edge flow running into that diamond shape because we don't want to lose that. Okay, so just thinking about how we're going to resolve this. I'm going to make a cut not towards the center, but all the way down through the kind of the crack of the butt, because we need a little bit more crack, especially when we, right now we could see that there's like a total crack there, but later on when we sew it together, that's going to all smooth out and it's going to look weird. So we need more of a crease between the butt. So just check it out from every angle. Now we have a triangle and a pentagon. Yeah, triangle and a pentagon, which is actually 2 quads. 3 plus 5 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. So we could just connect those like that. And we got, good edge flow now. And we have those dimples we were looking for. Again, the actual, not really the dimples. The dimples are going to be something you might add in later with like a sculpting program, but right now it looks a little too flat. I'm going to push it out a little bit. Again, just make those tweaks and then look at it smoothed out. There was a time when Maya could not do this and modeling was a lot more difficult. We're also going to fix this shoulder problem. Remember originally I told you that you could just extrude the shoulder straight out? Well, that's basically what it would have been if you extruded it straight out. That's normally how I build it, but I was trying something a little bit different with this lesson and ended up going back to the way I normally do it. Okay? Now we're going to try and fix also this mess on the side. We can't make an edge loop. We're going to have to cut it manually. So split polygon. Alright, now we can get rid of that 5-sided that we had before and create just a bunch of quads. Clean those up, get rid of that. In the next lesson we'll be working on the face. For now we'll try and just clean this up a little bit. I'm going to make the face from scratch.